importance of the cash flow statement. So, cash flow analysis is crucial for understanding the financial health and the performance of a business. It provides a clear picture of how the cash moves within an organization, highlighting its ability to generate cash, meet obligations, and refund obligations and grow. Here is the detailed look of the usefulness. So, basically, features of cash flow includes features of cash flow includes number one is cash movement, how the cash moves within an organization. Then ability to generate cash, meet the obligations, fund operations, and overall organizational growth. Okay, so we'll talk about how it is really important. So the first factor that comes in play is liquidity assessment. That is to determine a company's ability to meet short-term expectations. Okay, about the cash requirements. So the cash flow statement helps in assessing whether a business has the enough liquidity. CFS, your cash flow statement identifies if organization has enough liquidity or not. Enough liquidity for paying to the suppliers, employees, and other operational costs. Okay. Then, unlike income statements that can be affected by the non-cash items like depreciation and amortization, cash flow statements show the actual cash flow. Shows the real cash. Why? Because it does not get affected by depreciation or amortization, which is non-cash expense. So basically it shows the true picture of cash available. Okay. If we talk about the example is a company might report high profits but still struggle to pay its bills. If those profits are tied up in accounts receivable. A cash flow statement would reveal this liquidity issue. Cash flow statement will reveal this liquidity issue. Okay. Then, second comes the operational efficiency, means to evaluate how well a company's core operations are generating cash. Okay, how it is going to do that? It identifies if the cash flows from operating activities can gauge the effectiveness of their core operations in generating cash. Also, this adjusts net income or for changes in working capital and non-cash expense, providing a clearer view of operational cash. Okay, we talk about an example. If a company consistently shows negative cash flow from operations, it may indicate inefficiencies or underlying issues in its core business activities. Despite reporting profits, we don't care if you have profits or not. If your cash flows are negative, that means you have the inefficiency. Then third comes the investment decisions. Investment decisions to make informed decisions about capital expenditure and investment. CFS identifies if cash flow from investing activities shows how much cash is being used, is generated enough, I should say, from investment in assets such as PPE, that is property, plant and equipment, or financial investments. Okay, this helps in understanding the company's strategy, company's roadmap to potential future growth. Okay. For example, a company with a high capital expenditure may be investing heavily in its future. Investors can use this information to assess the potential for future returns. Okay. Then next up comes the debt management. What does debt management use for? To assess a company's ability to service and repay its debt. CFS identifies that the cash flow from financing activities reveals cash movements related to borrowing, repaying, issuing, and giving dividends. So financing activities from debt management perspective, because cash flow from the financing activities identifies if we are borrowing, we are repaying, we are issuing, or we are giving any dividends. This helps in this is helpful in evaluating the company's capital structure and its ability to manage the debt. Okay. For example, a company with a strong cash flows from operations but high debt repayments may be using its operational cash effectively to reduce its leverage. Okay, moving ahead, cash flows are important for performance evaluation. To evaluate the overall financial performance and sustainability of a company. So CFS identifies if the cash flows statement complement other financial statements by providing a more comprehensive view of a company's financial health. They help in understanding how well a company is managing its cash, which is factor in long-term sustainability. Okay, so investors and analysts often look at free cash. Free cash flow is what? It is operating cash flow minus capital expenditure. Operating cash flow minus capital expenditure as a key metric to evaluate a company's financial performance and its ability to generate cash for growth and shareholder return. Okay. Next up, investment appraisal. It is useful to determine the attractiveness of potential investments. Basically, CFS identifies if the cash flow projections are essential in the investment appraisal techniques. Or essential element of capital budgeting decisions, such as NPV and IRR. Okay, these techniques rely on estimated future cash flows to evaluate the potential profitability of an investment. If we have a look at the example, for example, when we decide whether to invest in a new project, companies will project future cash flows from the project and discount them to their present value to assess whether the investment meets their required return thresholds. Okay, then dividend policy. It is also useful to identify the dividend policy. Why? Because the cash flow from the financing activities is used to pay the dividend. So they plan and evaluate the dividend distribution. CFS identifies if CFS identifies if The companies need to ensure that they have the sufficient cash flow to pay the dividend to the shareholders. And next, analyzing cash flow helps in determining the sustainability of the dividend payments. For example, a company with strong, consistent cash flows may be able to pay regular dividends, attracting income focused investors. Then it is also helpful in the strategic plan. It is also helpful in the strategic planning. How it aligns financial planning with the strategic goals. It identifies if the cash flow analysis aids in the strategic decision making, ensuring that there is enough cash to support the strategic initiatives like expansion, merger, and acquisition. If the company has a sufficient cash support the strategic initiatives like expansion, mergers, and acquisition. Okay. It helps in identifying periods of the potential cash shortages or surplus, enabling better financial plan. Okay. For example, a business planning and expansion might use cash flow projections to ensure that it has sufficient liquidity to fund the new venture without jeopardizing its existing share of business. Okay. Then cash flow is also really important for stakeholder communication. A stakeholder is someone who have the keen interest in your business. So it is used to provide transparency and build trust with the stakeholders. Also because it identifies If the detailed cash flow information enhances the transparency, helping the stakeholders to understand how a company is managing its current cash requirements. Okay. Also, it is an important tool. It is an important tool for communication with investors, creditors, and other stakeholders. Okay, let us just have an example for it. Regularly providing detailed cash flow statements can reassure investors and creditors about the company's financial health and its ability to meet its commitments. Okay. Lastly, it is useful for risk management. Also, the cash flow statement identify and mitigate financial risks. Also, because a CFS or the cash flow statement identifies if there are any potential financial risks such as liquidity shortages or overcapitalization or over reliance on external financing. Okay, it also allows companies to take proactive measures to mitigate these risks. For example, a company might identify through cash flows that it is at a risk of a cash churn, the cash crunch during certain months and arrange for a line of credit to manage these periods effectively. If they know about the cash requirements generated from the investing, operating, and the financing of their cash flow statements activities. So, if we conclude it, the cash flow statements are invaluable for comprehensive understanding of the company's financial health. They provide the insights that go beyond what is available from the income statement and the balance sheet alone, helping the businesses and the stakeholders make some informed decisions. By analyzing the cash flows, companies can ensure they maintain adequate liquidity, invest wisely, manage debt effectively, and plan strategically for the sustainable growth. This was all about the usefulness, or we should say, the importance of the cash flow statements in the financial world. I hope you have understood it. Thank you.